Hello and welcome to more Marvel Character Talk. Today we're looking at a cool issue from the early days of Marvel, their last big Silver Age introduction for a hero. April cover date 1964. Here comes Daredevil, the man without fear. They were on quite a run from November 61 with the Fantastic Four, and then 62 and 63 with Spider-Man and all the heroes that made up the Avengers. We'll take a quick look at the cover, and then we'll look inside. Let's see here. This is a very low-grade copy, as you can see. I don't know if this is something a pressing could help. You can see it's got some rippling on it. Look at all the wordage on here. Remember when we introduced Spider-Man? There he is. Now we continue the mighty Marvel tradition with Daredevil. There he is in his cool yellow outfit. There's the bad guy of the story, the fixer in there. Can you guess why Daredevil is different from all other crime fighters? Spoiler, that's because he's blind. A worthy companion magazine to such all-time greats as the fabulous Fantastic Four. This issue, you'll meet the most unusual hero of all, Matt Murdock, fun-loving Foggy Nelson, and gorgeous Karen Page. Let's see here. Look at the back. Always have the ad for drawing on here a lot. Turn it over. 12 center. If you look back, you'll see the very first appearance of Ant-Man and Fantastic Four were still 10 cents, and they switched over in early 62. Let's take a first look at the page here. This was Bill Everett art on these first couple of issues. It was very much like a pinup. Again, talking about Spider-Man. There it is. What does it say? Remember this cover? If you were one of the fortunate few who bought this first copy, you probably wouldn't part for anything. Now we congratulate you for having bought another prized first edition. This magazine is certainly to be one of your most valued comic mag possessions in the months to come. Here it is 6 decades later, the 2020s. Bi-monthly. The artwork was different looking because it's Bill Everett. You got these gangster types. Daredevil bursts in, telling him he's looking up for the fixer. And then we go back into the long flashback part of the story. Young Matt Murdock and his dad battling Murdock. He wants his kid to be something, so he has him to study a lot. Here's some of the cool ads. That's what's great about actually looking through original comics. You get to see everything Marvel did. There's a team up with Iceman when he was brand new from the X-Men with the torch. And there's Giant Man with the human top, who later became Whirlwind. They tell his story. He had to study. The kids nicknamed him Daredevil. He trained secretly, but studied hard for his dad. His dad's always worried about making money to send his kid to college. He's a washed-up boxer, but he goes over to the fixer, signs a bad contract, gonna fight. There's Daredevil getting his quick origin of danger. Radioactive materials. He saves the fella, but the cylinder fell and struck him in the face. And all of his senses get heightened. He goes back into training even harder. And there he is. He's in college, just starting, meeting Foggy. State College. So he's only supposed to be like 18, 19, 20 or something in the beginning. Always struck me as being a lot older than Peter Parker. Showing how his radar sense works. Ping, 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 ping. You're going to have the big fight. But he's going to decide, oh, he can't take the dive like the fixer told him to. His kid's watching. So he makes the dumb decision to fight, and he knows he's doing that with a criminal and what might happen, but he does it anyway. He wants his kid to be proud of him. And then coming home, look at him. He's all happy. No matter what the fixer does, it won't care. My son is proud of me. Nothing can ever change that. Crack. Now he's dead. I think his kid rather have had his dad alive than having won one fight, but the simplified type of stories. Here he is. Got to snap out of it, Matt. Yeah, your father just died. Stop laying around and feeling sorry for yourself. Going to join me as your partner. And his dad was going to set up the law. So there they graduate. There's that. He's going to meet Karen Page. I believe this is about her only line in here. My name is Karen Page, Mr. Murdoch. I hope you will be pleased with me. Oh, look at him. Her voice is like music from the sound. She's 5'4", young, and I know she's lovely. Yeah. Gets an idea of how he can get back to what happened to his dad. Comes up with his costume. He sews it himself with his sensitive fingers. Always liked the look of the original yellow costume and then that on there. The red one's the classic, so we go with that, but it's kind of cool, this early edition, showing how he can use his cane, holster, a little training montage. Look at this guy, he's a creep. And he discovers that he can tell people's pulse and stuff and heartbeat, so he can tell when they're lying. And they can't sneak up on him. There it is. He's lying. My super sense of hearing is like a built-in lie detector. I like those Netflix shows. Those were pretty good. Charlie Cox did a good job. I liked Foggy. Karen, it was a good show. Oh, look at this. Cool look. So when Daredevil 1 came out, Spidey was on number 12, and Fantastic Four was already on 26. A very great issue with the Avengers take over, Avengers and the Hulk crossover with the Fantastic Four, and a good Dr. Octopus story. Oh, she does have a couple of other lines. Worrying, well, sure wish to hear her talk about me like that, so she's already worrying and liking Matt Murdock, so we'd have that element of soap opera that Stan put in the stories. He's going to follow him. Change into his uniform, which was underneath. Get the trigger man and then the fixer that actually did it. Name is Daredevil. Remember it. You'll be hearing it again, I promise. And he gets back to the office. They were worried about him. There he is. And then look at this. Here we go. Stan's telling you, don't waste a minute. We can't wait to hear what you think of Daredevil. Send your letters to Daredevil, care of Stan Lee, New York. And then, meantime, remember this, it's just the beginning. We've only scratched the surface. Daredevil really hits his stride in issue 2 when he faces his first supervillain. Don't miss it. On that supervillain will be Electro from Spider-Man, and they also have the Thing on the cover. I've got that one. We'll feature those in a future video. And then he started with his the Owl and the Purple Man, and his own Rogues Gallery would come along. Alrighty. Thanks for liking and subscribing and looking at another early Marvel Silver Age key. Thank you.